Let's go Tyler's back with the last Mortal Kombat game I hadn't done throughout, from the original Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 12, but they call it MK1 for no reason, but I'm not going into the whole debate about it. It's technically the 12th Mortal Kombat game in this, but whatever. It's time to take a look at the last one I had done, and I finally got all the Mortal Kombat games reviewed finally. Mortal Kombat 3. It was, of course, part of this again, and all that. Yeah, MK3. This is a divisive Mortal Kombat game for, and of course we can't talk about what we talk about, the many variants of this game. Now, this came out in 1995. Yeah, 1995. And, however, there were two versions that came out later. There's Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. We'll get to those in a moment. So, the main thing there's a new feature, which is a run feature, and there's a combo feature also. So those are new features in the game. And that's new for that. The story is now we're lost again in the tournament, and now Shao Kahn declares war on Earth. Again, it's kind of similar to MK9's whole thing, where they get to the third part of that story mode and all that. Yeah, talk about the reboot and all that, but we know mostly. And also, there are souls that Shao Kahn couldn't contain, so there's that. Roster-wise, if I'm mentioning Mortal Kombat 3, I gotta talk about the original roster, not the updated version, all that. The original roster. Oh boy. There are new characters in this, like Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke, and all that. And they're all robots. Ninjas, basically. Well, Lim Kuei people, but there's that. However, there are some who are out of this, like Johnny Cage, for example. And like storyline-wise, he got killed, but he was resurrected. Like, Mortal Kombat story doesn't make sense most of the time. People get resurrected or returned from the dead or all that. There's no Raiden, even though he was part of the beginning of the story, but he was not playable at all. And of course, there's no Katana, there's no Molina in here, there's no Baraka in here, and there's no Scorpion in here. And the backlash of this led to Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that got Scorpion and all those characters. And yeah, that was the big controversy about the game. The original Mortal Kombat 3 roster. Which, if you're going to play one Mortal Kombat 3, not count Trilogy and all that, I recommend playing the updated version because of the roster difference. But roster-wise, yeah, this roster has new characters here, like I said, with the robots. Basically, there's Sindel, which is Shao Kahn's queen and all that. Striker, who's a cop, and others. Like I said, Smoke, the robot Smoke, is unlockable by a big code and all that. In Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, there are a few more, like Ermac and Classic Sub-Zero, because Sub-Zero in here is unmasked, but he doesn't like being called a ninja. He is a Lin Kuei warrior, so probably why he was changed and all that. Um, Now in the Legacy Collection, Robot Smoke and the other three unlockables from the two variants of the Mortal Kombat games are already unlocked for you. So, hey, that's actually cool to see. Now, there are other differences in it. Now, Rain and new Cybots, they're not playable in the arcade port of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but in the console ports they are. Which, I don't understand that, but why would you tease players about those two characters and all that? Um, there's different stages in here. There's like a bell tower. There's the pit 3 and other stages. I'm not going into details about that. There's the bosses in there like Motaro, which is a half man, half centaur, or I don't know. And of course, Shao Kahn is the final boss again, and he will not be a final boss again until Mortal Kombat 9. The Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9. That's all I have to say about that. And there's also one more port version of Mortal Kombat 3, which is called Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which brought back Johnny Cage, Raiden, and Baraka, and all those. It's just nothing to talk about, really. I mean, it's just but it's just like a collection of MK1, 2, and 3, really. That's it, really. I mean, nothing's new about that one. So yeah, MK3 is over with. We're done with talking about MK3 now. And I reviewed all Mortal Kombat games, finally. Um, you know, this game is I know why people call this one most controversial Mortal Kombat games because of one, the original roster and all that, but it's still the same game, really. Updated or not, it's still fine. I give it a 6 out of 10, really, mostly because of the original roster that really hurts it. Now, speaking of Royal Rumbles, I'm going to review the Dreamcast Royal Rumble game for this. So that's next on the video game reviews and all that. Also, we're going to get some news on about W2K26. So there's that. But that's next time out. I'm probably going to do this later on this month because there's that. And now tomorrow will be episode 111 of Showdown. And so the rest of my second show, you will see WWE Royal Rumble 2006 on the second channel. Still subscribe to the channel on that one, so you'll see that. And that's it. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, notification bell as well. And there, we're done for the night. Bye bye.